There is a mystical element to science, consciousness, and the mind itself. It is quite evident that there are basic religious beliefs found in scientific principles. In other words, religion and science appears to be saying the same thing, but using a different language. The theory and process may be different, but the conclusion appears to be the same. Science uses terms such as quantum field reality, energy, and matter. Metaphysics uses terms such as consciousness, collective consciousness, and universal mind. Religion uses terms such as God or spirit. The word metaphysics comes to us from ancient Greece, where it was a combination of two words, meta, meaning over and beyond, and physics. Thus, the combination means over and beyond physics. Metaphysics is referred to as a branch of philosophy that deals with first cause and the nature of being. It is taught as a branch of philosophy in most academic universities under the label of speculative philosophy. Metaphysics may include any one or a combination of the following subjects: philosophy, religion, parapsychology, mysticism, yoga, ESP, dreams, meditation, self-help studies, positive thinking, life after death, reincarnation, and etc. The common denominator of these and all similar subjects, of course, deals with an exploration of reality. In the idealistic sense, the question becomes, how does such knowledge benefit human life as it is here on Earth, both individually and collectively? Metaphysics traces back to Aristotle, although Aristotle himself credited even earlier philosophers. Aristotle first coined that metaphysics as the queen of sciences. However, Aristotle never called metaphysics metaphysics. He wrote a total of 14 books to which he referred to metaphysics as four things. First, philosophy, science, wisdom, and theology. Metaphysics is a broad area of philosophy marked out by two types of inquiry. The first aims to be the general investigation possible to the nature of reality. There are principles applying to everything that is real, to all that is. If we abstract from the particular nature of existing things, that which distinguishes them from each other, what can we know about them merely in virtue of fact? The second type of inquiry seeks to uncover what is ultimately real, frequently offering answers in sharp contrast to our everyday experience of the world. As stated, metaphysics is a broad horizon of philosophy that examines the true nature of reality. It consists of two focusing points. There is general metaphysics and specific metaphysics. General metaphysics dig deeply into the matters of one's being and existence. Philosophers use general metaphysics to focus on properties of language and of our thinking processes. Specific metaphysics asks questions about what is ultimately present and what they are ultimately like. In these subdivisions, they conclude the relationship between mind and matter, substance and attribute, and fact and value. In retrospect, metaphysics is the philosophical study of being and knowing. Though it is not bound to a single religion, it focuses greatly on spirituality. However, metaphysics is deeply involved in all religions in more ways than one. Some philosophers also use metaphysics to explain or dig deep into things ranging from astrology to yoga. Researchers suggest to those who desire to study metaphysics should perhaps acquire an understanding of the physical first, the nature side. One must understand the natural world that changes and why before they can understand metaphysics. The mind and matter aspect of metaphysics is dedicated to understanding the mind and body. René Descartes, who worked with Francis Bacon to contrast the scientific method, proposed substance dualism. Substance dualism states that the mind and body are completely different, that the human mind is a different substance from the physical brain, so that when the brain ceases to exist, the mind continues to exist. Another proposal of the relationship and difference between the mind and body is explained in idealism. Whichever material objects the mind acknowledges are not ultimately what is. They are only ultimately what is if the perceiver recognizes said objects as just perceptions instead of true reality. Other idealists cling to this idea in saying that everything is in one's mind, which enables the coining of the phrase mind over matter, implying that things such as pain are all in the mind and are only perceptions. The substance and attitude aspect of metaphysics states that a substance is a thing and an attribute is the way that thing is. A substance can either be natural or artificial, and it does not matter how big or small. An attribute describes or characterizes whatever the substance is. This can be a mathematical or qualitative description. An attribute can also describe how substance can be changed or change other things. The fact and value aspect of metaphysics distinguishes between what is actual, true fact and what one perceives to be good, so they in turn value it because it is their own opinion. The line between fact and value is drawn where a true description or an evaluation is given. This understanding comes from local positivism, which embraces the principle of verification. This is stating that a science only has meaning when confirmed through empirical observation. In retrospect, this says that judgment has no credibility in differentiating between fact and value. So what is the connection between metaphysics and consciousness? Well, there are two theories of the mind that are involved in the connection between metaphysics and consciousness. These two theories are known as dualism and materialism. Both dualism and materialism have many subdivisions containing sub-theories. Dualism theorists deny the conscious mind as a physical form instead of an aspect of the physical world, while materialism recognizes the conscious mind as neural activity in the brain, recognizing it as part of the physical world. Based on one's perspective and personal views or beliefs, one may come to a conclusion that the conscious state of mind is somewhere in the brain and caused by neural activity. Others would state that the conscious state of mind is purely a spiritual phenomena and is not part of the physical state at all. This is all well and good because in this collective gathering of knowledge and science, metaphysics and spiritual theories, the end result is still the same. There appears to be a combination of all guiding the mystery element. We will be reviewing other theories of consciousness and intelligence in an upcoming lecture.